So today, I'm going to be explaining how a touchscreen works. Nowadays, almost everybody has an iPod Touch, an iPhone, a tablet, a Samsung, you name it. You little buggers, you just click away on your touchscreens and devices and you don't even think about what's going on behind the scenes. So I'm going to teach you. A touchscreen device is just like a little computer, but it's handheld. In fact, a lot of computers nowadays are actually touchscreen themselves. So most of these touchscreen devices, they have little sensors and circuits, and they monitor what goes on the phone screen. There are three types of these screens. There's capacitive touchscreens, resistive screens, and surface wave touchscreens. A capacitive touchscreen works by blocking out light and sound waves. So when you touch your phone screen, you actually block out those waves. So your phone can actually sense the changes in your phone screen when all those waves are not coming in contact with it, and it registers as a touch. In a resistive screen, the inside is coated with little layers of circuits, and when you touch the screen, those little circuit layers, they touch each other and they react and register as a touch. And surface wave technology, when you touch the panel, you create little waves yourselves with your hand, with your fingers. And those waves are absorbed into the phone screen and registered. When all these touches are registered, they send messages and little signals to something called the central processing unit. And you can think of the central processing unit like it's the brain of the computer, and the computer being your phone or your tablet, whatever you're using. So most systems are used for exactly one touch, because sometimes you're using your tablet and you touch it in several places and things go a little bit wild, right? So some screens though, they can use double touch, like an iPhone. An iPhone is actually used for double touch, and that is because in an iPhone, the technology is very advanced. So here's exactly what happens with these little signals that go to the brain of the computer. So let's say that you're playing a video game and you're playing as a little man and you have to jump over a rolling boulder to survive and win the game. So to jump over that boulder, you're going to take your finger and you're going to swipe the little guy up so that he doesn't run into the boulder, right? So when you touch the screen, those signals travel from the touch screen to the processor, which is the phone's brain. The brain looks and it analyzes everything about that touch. This includes how hard you pressed the screen, the shape, and the location where you touched it on your phone. So if you slide your finger then, it looks at the starting point of where your finger is, and then it looks at the ending point. And then the brain then looks at the application that you're using. And in this case, it's the computer game that you're playing. So it looks at that and then it decides, okay, this is what I'm going to do with the touch. And it decides what action to take. The brain then takes all that information that it gathered and it sends it to the game, the program, in this case, that you're playing. And then the game then takes the little man and it jumps over the boulder. So technology is so advanced that all of this can happen in a split second.